morning, everybody. Hello, and welcome to another week of Randa's Crafty Vlog. It has been, God, like 2 or 3 weeks since I've done one of these. It feels weird, like, sitting here. That's because my life has kind of been crazy pants since the last time I talked to you. So I'm very sorry for the delay. I even had a couple people message me and was like, are you good? Like, are you okay? I haven't seen a video from you in a minute. And I'm like, correct, you haven't? I'm sorry. I'm working on it. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm working on it. So this should be getting myself back into normal. I'm trying to, there's of course one thing that I want to address, but the rest of it, it's like I was just so freaking busy and I can't remember exactly what it was that was keeping me so busy. But we just flew in last night. We went to Chicago last weekend to see Perry's parents and do our little Christmas thing all together. So we just got back from that late last night. So it is Tuesday, December 13th. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm about to head off to my employee's house to do our weekly swap, which only takes a couple of minutes, but I do have to go all the way to Thornton. So, but that's okay. So, and I had to go this morning and pick up Ash from boarding, and I need to pick up Willows from my mom, while I'm in Thornton, and like, I gotta unpack and clean, and there's work stuff, and the whole day, it's ridiculous. It is a very busy day for me, but that's okay. I've had a very good weekend and week and whatever, very good couple of weeks. Things are starting to look really good again for the business, which is really exciting. And I'm in some of the final stages of getting my diamond paintings out there, which is also really exciting. It's still not ready to go into production yet, but it's getting there. So, yeah. I don't have much to share with you. I've done a lot of crafting since I saw you last, but I didn't bring any of it in here to show you, so I'm sorry, but I'm gonna just have to show you tomorrow. I think that's about it, except that I do want to address something, and I want to be very careful with how I talk about this, because it is a very sort of hard subject to be talked about, and I'm not, like, I don't want to, like, stir up all this drama or what, you know, that, like, and I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody, and I don't want to, like, you know, I'm just trying to make sure that I go about this the best way that I possibly can, because this is kind of my first public statement about it, I guess, that I talked about it a tiny bit, on, like, I put up an Instagram story that mentioned it just like a tiny bit, and I've talked to a lot of my friends in the diamond painting community who have then spread the word about it. So I bet some of you have already heard about this, but I have another copycat. This is not my first time with a copycat, but this is the most I don't know how to say it. This is the most hurtful one. I had a friend reach out to me and say, hey, you know, I found this shop and it looks really similar to yours. Do you know about this shop? Do you know who this is? It was a new Etsy shop that had popped up. And I went and looked at it and went, no, I've never heard of them before. But I saw from just the first couple of pictures, I was like, oh yeah, that looks familiar. Oh yeah, that looks familiar. And so I told her who it was because I knew exactly who it was. It is my ex-employee. She started a shop, and she is selling my putty, and she's also selling cover minders that I purchased for my shop that she told me were lost when she quit, and I asked for the cover minders back. She said that they weren't there, she didn't have them, And I went, okay, and purchased new ones. No harm, no foul, probably got lost somewhere, whatever. But then I see those same cover reminders on her shop. And so unless I totally see the possibility that she could, because a lot of her cover reminders are from my same vendors. So I could totally see the possibility that she went on and saw them and repurchased them for herself for her shop. So I don't have any proof of that. I'm not like making a stone cold statement about it, but it was a little bit like, I purchased those, they go missing, and then all of a sudden they're up on your shop. It's just, that's of course the first thing that pops into your head, but I can't prove that. What I can prove is that I know who it is. I know that she started the shop about a week after she quit with me. I know that she didn't even know what diamond painting was until I taught her about it. I know that she doesn't diamond paint. She only knows what I've taught her. And so I did not message her about it. I don't know that she knows about it, that she knows that I know. I know sometimes she watches my YouTube videos. So if she is seeing this, now she knows. But I didn't make a big public statement about it because I didn't want it to be this big ordeal. But I felt like it was hard for me. I was tussling with that because I want to be the bigger person. I don't want to go, slandering all over the internet. I don't want to reach out to her with a nasty text message. That's not how I roll. That's not how I want to handle things. I have always tried to speak with her with respect, and I will continue to do so. And so hello, printer. So I decided that I wasn't going to make a big public post on Instagram, that I wasn't going to message her about it, that I went and asked my friends and I said, what do I do? And they said, oh, I know what we're going to do. And they went and spread the word themselves, which I was very grateful for because I felt that's where my conflict was, is I didn't want to start this huge commotion. And yet at the same time, I felt like if I was a customer, that is something that I would want to know about a business that I was buying from. That I want to buy from people who do this because they love it, who do it because they care about diamond painting, because they're a part of the community and care about the community, and that they're not just stealing, frankly. And I don't believe that that's the case. So this is my first time talking about it. This is probably going to be my only time talking about it. But I wanted to, at least to my people who follow me on YouTube, the however many people watched this video, to say sort of a buyer beware. I'm not going to say her shop name. I'm not going to say any of that publicly. If you would like to know, you can message me and I'll tell you there. But I'm not just going to slander all over the internet. I'm not doing that. So if you would like to know what the shop name is so that you have all the information, you can message me on Instagram. You can message me on Etsy, you can wherever, and I'm happy to answer that for you. But I'm just going to put out a buyer beware in the sense of be careful of who you're shopping with, know who you're shopping with, and keep an eye out for copycats. If you see a product that looks eerily similar to mine or eerily similar to anybody else in the community, for example, Muni Maid. Everybody knows Muni Maid. Everybody loves Muni Maid. She makes the best trays there is. And if you see somebody making a tray that looks identical to a Muni Maid tray, do your research before you purchase. Ask Muni Maid herself. I think she goes by M. Ask M herself. And she'd be happy to answer anything like that. You know what I mean? That like, anybody, if it's Elizabeth from Enablers Outpost, if it's Jade from Jada Gem Shop, if it's, Jamie from Bella Arte Nicole, you know, whoever the company might be, it doesn't matter. If you see something like that, be careful, be aware of who you're shopping with. And specifically for my product right now is what we're talking about. If you see something eerily similar to mine, be very careful who you're purchasing from, because I am the only one who sells my formula. Unless they are an authorized reseller. One of them is Jada Gem Shop. And sometimes I do group bulk orders through a Facebook group in Canada. And Julie's Diamond Art in Illinois, that is in Belvedere, Illinois, is licensed reseller, is allowed to resell my stuff. And I think that's about it. Oh, and I sell on Amazon. So if you see my products on Amazon, that's probably me. If you're unsure, just message me and I'll let you know. Other than those people that I can think of off the top of my head, nobody else is allowed to resell my stuff. And if you are unsure about it, ask me about it. But this is not to say that that this Copycat is using my exact packaging and my exact whatever. It just looks eerily similar. So just keep an eye out. That's all I'm going to say about it. I am hurt. I do feel betrayed. I think it's a low blow. I think, and that's it. That's all I'm going to say about it, because I could ramble on for hours and hours and hours, because I was so in shock when I found it. But that's it. That's all I'm going to say about it, because I'm not going to put any more of this negative juju out in the freaking world. I just wanted to give you guys a buyer beware, because the people who follow me on here are my more loyal customers, you know what I mean? And so just a buyer beware. Just be careful who you're buying from. That's it. And if you would like some putty, I'm the one who sells it. So there are a couple other shops that sell putty, of course, like Enablers Outpost and like Abigail Marie. And that's all I can think of right now. But there's more. And so, of course, their putties are not copycats. They use their own formulas. Totally fine. Totally dandy. Don't have a problem with that. But be original. That's it. So let's do a Reddit story for today. How about... I haven't picked one. What should we do? Am I the asshole? Should we do True Off My Chest? Should we do Oh geez. Ooh, this looks ooh. This might be a trigger warning. I haven't read it, but possibly for like sexual assault, possibly for domestic violence. So if any of those sort of things are going to trigger you, maybe skip this. I told my husband I didn't feel loved during sex. He threatened to hit me. That's the title. Okay. So if you think anything that has to do with any of that is going to trigger you, then just skip this. But I have to know what it is. It has 4.7 thousand upvotes. It was posted 20 hours ago. It has a good couple of awards. I have to read it. So, my husband has been detached during sex recently. He will only do it in positions from behind. It feels so cold, and it's painful because my body is not relaxed. He's too fast and rough, and I'm unprepared. It feels like I don't exist to him. And when he's done, he doesn't comfort me. I cried in the pillow while he's scrolling on his phone next to me. Oh my God. I made efforts to make his mood more romantic. I dote on him when he's home. I make him nice dinners. I try to be sexy. No matter what I do, it's been the same routine every night. I haven't rejected him until last night, and that caused this argument. I pushed him away, and he asked what was wrong. I was annoyed that he had to ask, and I told him, I don't feel loved by you anymore. I don't want to have sex. I've never seen him look so angry with me. He said, I'm going to do my best not to hit you. I was just at work for 12 hours and you're bitching about not feeling loved. I don't even have to finish the story. I'm gonna, but I don't even have to. Throw the entire man away. Throw the entire man away. Oh my God. I repeated, I don't feel loved. He asked me to remind him who bought the clothes and jewelry I had on and who paid for the things I got our child for Christmas last weekend. I said, whatever. He said I was being disrespectful. I said I wasn't trying to be and offered to have sex with him. I regretted trying to tell him how I felt, but he iced me out the rest of the evening and didn't even sleep in our bed, even though I asked him to and said I was sorry. I hated that feeling, so I ended up apologizing to him in the morning, but I do still feel uncomfortable, and even more now that he said he thought about hitting me. I just want to be a good wife, but I'm somehow failing. Oh my God. Run. Run so far away, so fast. Do not walk, do not run. Exit at the nearest exit. Pack your shit, get your kid, get out. That's it. That is the end of the story. File for divorce tomorrow. I can't listen. I don't think any couple's sex life is perfect. I think sometimes you go through lulls and sometimes you whatever, and you have to have conversations about it and whatever. Whenever that has happened with Perry and I, it is always respectful. He's always comforting. It's always, how can we work together to make this an enjoyable experience for everybody? Everybody meaning the two of us. How can we make this good and happy and whatever? Not, if I told Perry I don't feel loved by you anymore, he would like break down crying. Like that would like break him because it would make him feel so sad and so like he didn't do enough and so like what can I do to fix it and whatever. Not like I'm gonna try my best not to hit you. You're bitching about not feeling loved. What in the damn hell? And then she had to apologize for him? No, especially because it is painful for her. She says it's painful, it feels cold, and he just lays next to her scrolling on his phone while she cries into her pillow. He's a foot away from her or less. I usually vote for couples counseling, but I don't think couples counseling is a thing here. I think you get divorced. I think you run as fast as you can because that is so ridiculous. Who bought the clothes and jewelry you had on? I don't give a fuck. Frankly, I don't care. It doesn't entitle you to practically rape her. Are you kidding? Or like actually rape her is probably what this is. Top comment says, your husband does not sound like a good partner. Someone who is in love truly would care to hear you out and want to ensure you feel loved. I've been there, crying beside a man while he just ignores you, and I'll never do it again. You shouldn't either. Do not accept less than you deserve, and do not allow him to make threats about hitting you. That is not a real man. You should leave this marriage and find someone else who has the ability to be emotionally mature and also who doesn't speak about hitting women. Oy, that's physical violence, that's threatening of physical violence, that's domestic violence, that's sexual violence. It's all around violence. It says this comment says you need couples therapy, at least divorce if it is getting violent. I would skip couples therapy. I don't usually say that. I'm such a plugger for couples therapy and like all of these situations. Nope, you should just divorce immediately. Frankly, if anybody hits you or threatens to hit you, you leave immediately. No couples counseling, no second chances, get out the door. Because if that's a character flaw, that is ridiculous. Yeah, this one says in big bold, prepare to leave him. It says, are you fucking kidding me? You need stranger's advice for this? He threatened you with physical violence. Prepare to leave him, in like all caps. The caps keep getting bigger. Next time you have an interaction, keep your phone close by and record the audio. Talk to your family. Find a place to stay until you can get on your own 2 feet. Fake everything and leave when he goes to work. By the way, quote, not a good partner, end quote, is one hell of an understatement from the previous comment. I'm not a good partner if I'm lazy about pitching in on the chores. The only thing keeping this guy out of prison is himself fighting against his own self-restraint. Yeah, this one says, no means no. You're allowed to say no, and love isn't what stuff you buy. He's a bad husband. You are not a bad wife. Don't apologize. That's the thing, is that it's like even, and I think everybody knows this, everybody praises it if you don't know it, or everybody preaches it. If you don't know it, here you go. It doesn't matter how long you've been together. It doesn't matter if you're married. It doesn't matter if you're not married. It doesn't matter who it is and what situation it is. No means no. You're allowed to say no, and your partner needs to take that like a adult. Whether you're a man or a woman or any of the options, no is a complete sentence, and it doesn't matter. You are allowed to say no, and your partner needs to go, oh, okay, and they can ask you about what's going on and whatever. But if they do anything to make you feel bad, no. Absolutely not. Let's see if there's any comments from OP. It doesn't really look like it, but there might be. Okay, there's one. There's one comment from OP. It says, it's wild to me how people end up in situations like this. What choices in life led you down this path of being married to an emotionally and potentially physically abusive person? There must have been signs, red flags, even suggesting that this is a very unhealthy relationship. And OP responds and says, it wasn't always like this. This only started in the fall. I admit my husband has always been less emotionally available than I would like, but it didn't manifest like this before. Well, it's manifesting like it now. Get fucking lost. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run as fast as you can. That's it. I've been talking for 22 minutes. I gotta go to my employee's house, so I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday. It is Wednesday, December 14th, 12:25. I am about to pack some orders. I think I've got about 80 or so that I'm gonna pack today. And I also forgot to tell you yesterday that this past weekend was my birthday, which was also very fun. So while we were in Chicago, it was my birthday on the 11th. So I am now 23. Wow. Such an old lady at 23. But yeah, it was a really good time. So, that's about it. Nothing crazy has happened in the past, 24 hours since I talked to you. Just had a relaxing night. I had finished even after Perry got home. I got home late, Perry got home late, and I finished like unpacking our bags and like trying to put everything away from the trip and get everything back in order and whatever. Do some laundry. And that was about it. Diamond painted. So I brought my crafting in here to show you. First, I'll show you the diamond painting that I did last night, and then the cross stitch, I think, is really what I did the most of. So, for those of you that are new, this is my whip at the moment. This is Treasure Studios art. It is Winter by Maria Abigail. It is a 45 by 60. This artist is no longer available on Treasure Studios art. I don't know if she is available anywhere else, but I love her artwork, so I'm a little sad about it. But I've been working on this for probably a couple months now because I'm a slow diamond painter. Oh, I forgot to put my mic on. My bad. This is where I'm at. So Oh, it's all curled up on the bottom, but there's the bottom. And then this is the section right here, right at her neck that I did last night. This is what it's looking like so far. It looks really good from back here. It is very confetti heavy. And so from up close, it is definitely a little harder to tell what is what. But I will do a full post review when it's done. But that's where I'm at. I'm getting close to like halfway done, which is good. And then, hold on, I'm trying to roll it back up. And then my cross stitch, which look at how much work I've done. I have no idea where this was the last time I showed you. I want to say, I was either like finishing up the boat, or I was filling in right here, or I was filling in right here. Either way, it was somewhere up here, and all of this that you see here is new. So this is the border. Yes, there is supposed to be a little blip like that. That is in the pattern. I did this right here. I did all of this right here. Oh my God, the fish and the seaweed and the border and these little waves. So everything on this page is done except for all of this blank space and here needs to be filled in with this blue. So that's what I'm now working on, is filling in the blue. And once the blue is filled in, this page will be done. And I'm pretty sure that, I mean, I guess don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that the next page is the last page of this pattern, that is page 6 of 6. This is 5 of 6. I'm almost positive. So I'm very excited about it. Look how good it looks. I can't wait for it to be done. This has been, I'm pretty sure I've been working on this for a year at this point, and I'm excited for it to be done and to do my next project. I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do next, it would take me way too long to pull it out, but have you guys seen Witchcrafts by the Witchy Stitcher? I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do next. It's just, it's because I wanted to do something small, and even though I know it's not Halloween, I don't give a shit. But I wanted to do something small next after this big, because I also want to do Bellatrix, which is gigantic, and I also want to do Ophelia's Pearl, which is gigantic, and I also want to do my Lavender and Lace, which is gigantic. So it's like, let's start with something small and then we'll go back to something big again when that's done. But yay, that's where that's at. Let's do a Reddit story. I gotta go pick up some groceries today. From us being out of town, I gotta pack orders. I have about 1,000,001 cover minders that need gluing. So if you're looking for Christmas cover minders of mine, those will be, any of them that are out of stock will be back in stock soon. And then I also need to go to our local town hall, because when we paid our utility bill this month, which is through the town of Keensburg, they double charged me on accident. So they charged me twice. And they don't, apparently, even though I paid online, they don't do like online refunds because they're behind in the times. And so they like wrote me a check, and I have to go get the check from the town hall. So I have a lot to do and we got to get going. So I gotta get a move on with this, but let's do a Reddit story. Should we do Am I the Asshole? Since we did whatever it's called yesterday. Oh, this is interesting. So it was 22 hours ago. This is Am I the Asshole? It has 10.4 thousand upvotes and a godly amount of awards. And it says, am I the asshole for telling my husband's daughter to stop calling me mom? Interesting. I, 42 female, met my husband, 44 male, 6 years ago, and we've been married for 2 years. Okay, so they met mid to late 30s. I don't know what I don't want to do the math. He has a daughter, 7 female, from a previous marriage that didn't end well after his ex cheated on him. So you've been in this girl's life since she was 1. Okay. His daughter rarely ever sees her mom as she constantly travels the world. I feel awful that his daughter hasn't had a good mother figure in her life, so I've been trying my best to take her out and do girly things and bond with her since her mother isn't around to do so. She always would call me by my first name, but for the first time when we were sitting at a table for dinner, she called me Mom. And it just, oh God, I saw a dog outside and I got distracted and I lost my place. She called me Mom and it just didn't feel right. It made me feel uncomfortable. I told her that, quote, "I'm sorry, but I'm not your mother. You can't call me that, sweetie," end quote. And she was shocked and started to tear up a bit. My husband and I were arguing all night, telling me that what I did was awful. He told me that she feels comfortable and close enough to call me Mom, and I should feel special for her calling me Mom. He doesn't want to see how I feel from my side. Her mother is still very much alive, and I don't want to disrespect her by taking her title as a mom. It all feels very awkward as I'm used to her calling me by my name. Life was moving so smoothly until she had to call me Mom. So am I the asshole for not wanting to be called Mom? I guess I wouldn't call you an asshole, I guess. Overall vote on this is asshole. There is an overall vote. If I had, if the option is asshole and not asshole, then yeah, you're the asshole. But I wouldn't necessarily call you an asshole just like in the day-to-day. But it's hard for me. I want to try to see where OP is coming from, and I can't. I'm having a hard time comprehending why that is so uncomfortable for her. And the only reason she gives is that her mother is still very much alive, and I don't want to disrespect her by taking her title as Mom. She gave up the bio mom. She gave up that title as Mom when she decided to not be a part of her daughter's life. So you're not disrespecting anybody by doing so. And yet I don't get to tell OP how she feels about it, but I'm having a hard time understanding it. I am. Because at least I think if this were me, I would be thrilled. That it's not like you're taking. She can have two moms. She can call you Mom and she can call her bio mom Mom. She can call everybody Mom. Who cares? She can have one dad and two moms and it doesn't matter. I don't call my stepdad Dad, but I when I refer to my mom and my stepdad, I call them my parents. Because they're I don't know, my close-knit circle. And so I have my parents, my mom and my stepdad, and I have my dad also. So it's everybody they can both be fatherly figures in your life. Same way that she can have two moms, two motherly figures. And what's wrong with that? But also, if OP is really just that uncomfortable with it, I can't tell her how to feel or what to do or whatever. So it's I guess if that's the hill you want to die on. But also, she was so shocked and started to tear up a bit. You broke that little girl's heart. She has not had a mom. She felt like she could bond with you. She felt like she could connect with you. She got to a place after 6 years of knowing you to where she felt like she could call you Mom. And you just kind of took that and threw it in the garbage. Yeah, I don't understand it. Frankly, I don't understand it. Top comment with a big red box around it. You're the asshole for crushing a little girl in a vulnerable moment. She probably had to work up the courage to go through with it, fearing your rejection, and you made her worst fears come true. Yeah. Next one says, I agree with you with the top comment, but we'll go with gentle, you're the asshole, because I do think OP thought the title of mom should be reserved for bio mom. But then she said but that being said, if she just feels weird mainly because her stepdaughter is calling her mom rather than her name, then it isn't something she has, and this isn't something she has a strong objection about. I do think she would be okay with being called mom. Edit, lots of people are stating that bio mom shouldn't have the title mom, and I absolutely agree. I was just stating that what I thought was OP's reasoning, which I disagree with. I 100% agree that just because you're an egg donor doesn't automatically give you the title of mom. And that's what I'm thinking here, is that she says, where did it say? His daughter rarely ever sees her mom as she constantly travels the world. And that she feels bad that she doesn't have a good motherly figure, so you take her out to do things that a mom would do. You are acting like a mom, and yet you're uncomfortable with being called mom, and I don't really understand the dynamic. But that was my thing, that it's like she, as OP, as a person, gets to decide what she wants to be called. And so if mom really makes her that uncomfortable, then I guess that's her right. I just don't understand it. But that's what everybody is saying. This one's interesting because this one's from the other perspective. It says, I'm blown away by all these you're the asshole comments. If she doesn't want to be called mom, then that's the only thing that matters. Geez, if it was the other way around and OP wanted to be called mom and the kid refused, the tone shift would be immense. Yeah. It's like, this woman, that's why I did the math at the beginning, because this woman has been in this little girl's life since she was one. That's like, you don't know anything other than this. You don't know anything other than her being a motherly figure to you, and that's sad to have that crushed. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. Let's see if there's any. There are no comments from OP. 22 hours, and that's all that is on this account because it's throwaway. I don't get it. I don't understand it. What do you guys think? I don't get it. It's like, this is so not the same thing, but it's sort of in conjunction, I guess, that it's like, so for my birthday, Perry's parents got me a present for my birthday, and on the card, they signed it mom and dad. They're not my mom and dad. They're not even technically my in-laws yet. They're my future in-laws. Yeah. But they still signed it mom and dad. That was a compliment. That they see me as like another one of their kids. And that it's like, what is wrong with having more than one parental figure in your life? Is that just me? I don't know. Anyway, what else I forgot to tell you? Look for a second. Do you see that? Do you see that right there? That's a cricket, baby. Perry, for my birthday, went above and beyond. Sorry, I'm shaky. Went above and beyond, and he bought me a cricket. Isn't that crazy? I've been wanting one for like 2 or 3 years. They're expensive as hell, so of course I haven't bought one for myself. But I have one now. I'm very excited because there's a lot of things like around the house that I want to do, and also for the business that I want to do. So keep an eye out for that. And it is what did he get? The Explorer 3. Explorer Air 3, I believe it's called. So it's a fancy one. I was very excited. I can't believe it. yeah, wanted to show you guys that as well. So keep an eye out for new products in the shop, just in general, but also things I can make with my Cricut. So that'll be very fun. That is it. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, December 15th. It is noon, just now noon. And here we are. I packed a crap ton of orders yesterday. So those all are going out today. USPS is scheduled to pick them up here like any second now. And that was and I went and picked up our groceries and stuff, but like that was about it for yesterday. Packing takes a long time. So that was what I did. Today I have a couple of like random sort of like organizing tasks I want to do around the office. And then I have about 1,000,001 cover minders that I need to glue and all the good stuff. And, maybe make more candles if I have time. I have to think. I thought about making a list yesterday when all of the things that I wanted to do were going through my head, and then I didn't. So now I got to figure out what it is all that I wanted to do, and I don't know I don't remember. So it's gonna be fine. We're gonna figure it out. But that's today. Tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment, and then I'm going to have lunch with my mom. So I don't know if I'm going to have time to film something. I hope that I at least have like a couple seconds to just kind of like sign off and whatever. But we'll see, I guess. Tomorrow is the appointment. So if you guys have been watching for a while, you'll remember that like 3 months ago, I went and had blood work done and found out that I was like 0.7 away from being pre-diabetic, and my cholesterol and all of the like, I can't remember what they were. But like all of the ones that say that like your blood pressure is high and your fat, whatever it is high, and all of the good stuff was high, and all of the bad stuff was high. The things that were supposed to be low were high, and the things that were supposed to be high were low. And so like and everything was like, you have a higher risk of heart disease, higher risk of heart disease, higher risk of heart disease, whatever. And so it's like, okay, we need to do something about that. So I haven't been like strict dieting. As you guys know, I have like an eating disorder. So I'm having a really hard time with it, but I have made some really good changes in the past 3 months. And now this appointment is to recheck my blood work and see where we're at and see if there's anything I need to do about that. They said that if I'm really struggling with still being able to do it by myself, that there are medications that they can put me on to help me, and to help all of my whatever. But it's like, no, we've been doing like almost daily. It's been a little hard since it's been snowing. But daily walks around the neighborhood Perry and I have, and I've been eating better. And so I'm not hoping for massive changes in my blood levels, but I am hoping for something. Because it's very scary. The idea that you're not healthy. And I also like, it's just, I don't know, it's just scary. So that is tomorrow. They're going to test my blood levels tomorrow, and it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I kind of want to call them today, because last time I had to go and get blood drawn twice because they wanted me to fast. I might call them and ask if I should fast just so that I don't have to do it twice, or if I just fast anyway. Probably. Maybe I'll call them today and see. My appointment's at 11 a.m. tomorrow, so it's not that bad if I had to go without eating for a little bit, but Yeah, that's what's going on tomorrow. So I'm nervous about it, but I'm hopeful that the changes that I've made are gonna be helpful. But, of course I haven't been perfect the past 3 months, and I've slipped back into my old habits sometimes and my old bad eating cravings, and, I just hope it's okay. I hope everything's okay. I don't want to be on another medication. I'm already on enough. So, I hope that, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm trying. I hope it's okay. Let's do a Reddit story. I think that's it. How are you guys doing on your Christmas presents? Do you have everybody's Christmas presents yet? I think I have everybody's Christmas present. Yeah. I'm still waiting on the last one of Perry's that'll get here literally 3 days before Christmas, which is terrifying, but the rest of them I have. Everybody else's present I have. So that should be okay. I've been struggling though, because any little tiny morsel of extra money that I have has gone towards Christmas presents. The rest of it I've been wanting to invest back in the business, and so I haven't been paying myself as high, which is a little rough, but let's see. It's gonna be okay, because it's gonna get, now that I've bought all the presents, it's gonna get better. I wanna find a good one. This one has a lot of upvotes. Let's read it. It was posted only 7 hours ago. There's 3 awards, but there's 13,000 upvotes. And it says, am I the asshole for taking an Uber to a wedding so I wouldn't be late? We'll see. My sister got married last weekend. I flew into town and my parents insisted that I stay with them instead of a hotel like I wanted. My sister... Okay, so she's staying with her parents. My parents are consistently late for everything. I think it's a Latin thing. I hate being late. I think it's disrespectful. The wedding was at 2:30. My folks live about half an hour from the church. Noon rolls up and my folks aren't even getting ready. They are adults and I am over dealing with them. I get ready, I send for an Uber, and I'm at the church for 2. I check in with my sister. She asked me if I had any problems getting my parents to the church. I told her that I came by myself. I can't read what it says because it's... I don't understand it. So the first word is SHEBW. So I've assumed that was she and some other word that got mixed together. She BW my white and said that I was responsible for getting them there on time. I have no idea what that's trying to say. She was mad, it sounds like, and said that I was responsible for getting them there on time. Well, nobody asked me to do that. I didn't even want to stay there. So now everyone started calling my parents. They are getting ready. They were about 35 minutes late. The service was shortened because there was another wedding later that day. Everyone is still mad at me for not getting my parents there on time. My aunt said that I'm an asshole for messing up the timing of the wedding. My mom said it's my fault for not reminding them to get ready. Am I the only one who thinks adults should be able to be on time for their own kid's wedding without help? What is wrong with your family? You didn't even want to stay with them. You were, sort of forced into that, sort of. They are adults. They should be able to get ready and get to the church by themselves. You are not babysitting them. It is not your responsibility. I don't know why everybody is saying that. It's your fault for not reminding them to get ready. They're adults. It is your own daughter's wedding. If it is important enough for you to be there on time for your daughter's wedding, you will be there. Like, for the most part. Of course, there are extenuating circumstances sometimes, but this is one of the situations where if it's important enough, you will be there. I don't understand. Top comment says, not the asshole. If they needed to be reminded to get ready on their daughter's wedding day, they need a live-in caretaker. Unless you were specifically asked to get them to the church, that's not your job. If your sister truly thinks you messed up the wedding by being on time, I think it is good time for some space between you and your family. That's what I think. And OP responds to that and says, one of the reasons I moved across the country. Sounds about right. Let's see. Yeah, the fact that that's somehow their fault, OP's fault, is ridiculous. Not the asshole. If they wanted you to do that, they should have asked in advance. And OP said, I would have gladly prodded buttocks to get them moving if I was told I was responsible. That's good to know. That's good information to know, because that was my other thing is, even if you had been asked, that's not your fucking job. You don't need to babysit your parents to make sure they're there on time. That doesn't make any sense to me. But the fact that she's like, I would have gladly prodded buttocks to get them moving. That it's like she would have happily forced their way to the wedding if she was asked to, but she was never asked to, and so how is she supposed to? It's not her responsibility, it's not her job. I think even asking them to be responsible for that is ridiculous, but asking OP to be the ones to whatever. Okay, this one's, I'm guessing everyone's blaming you because you're the comfortable, stress-free option. People know that you're not going to blow up, start a screaming match outside their house, and then send in the flying monkeys. Am I right? And OP responds, I'm already back in Miami. That was a Chicago problem. Fair enough, honestly. But yeah, that it probably is true. What is it? That she was the comfortable and, she was either the comfortable option or she was the closest option. That she was right there and they were angry and whatever. Neither of which are right, but good on her for kind of being able to separate. I'm in Miami, that's a Chicago problem. Like truly the state lines have helped her separate those two worlds, and like good on her for that. Let's see if there's any more comments from OP. This is ridiculous. There was this whole... Oh, this one says, everyone sucks here. Yeah, your parents are absolutely adults and should be able to manage their time appropriately, especially for this event. They suck. I think if I were in the context of a different kind, or even, I'd say not the asshole, but it sounds like everybody knows your parents struggle with managing their time. If you really just left without saying anything to them, I think you're kind of in the wrong too. You were being petty and knew exactly what was going on. Your sister's wedding was not the time or place to teach them a lesson about this. Now, if you had told your parents that you were leaving at exactly 12 sharp, and if they are not ready to go, you are leaving in the Uber, and did some sort of an attempt to get them to be on time, then you ditching them is justified. Based on your post, I don't think you really made an effort. Again, I know it's not really fair and shouldn't be your job to babysit mom and dad, but I think for the sake of your sister's wedding, you could have made more of an effort with this. Obviously, your sister is pissed, but she should be mad at all three of you. And OP responds and says, they saw me leaving. I didn't sneak out. So they like witnessed. She didn't make an announcement, hey, by the way, I'm leaving, and if you're not ready, I'm leaving without you. But they saw her leaving. It wasn't like a secret. And I get what this comment is saying, that if I was in that situation, that's probably what I would have done, just because I'm like overly nice to people. that I would have said, hey, I have an Uber come in at whatever, and if you want to go with me, it's leaving at noon. And I would have tried to get them to leave with me and whatever, but then if not, I would have left on my own. But I don't think that she did anything wrong. So I don't think the sister has anything to be mad at her about. So it really all depends on how you handle the situation. There is no perfect way to handle anything, and no person handles everything perfectly. That is a ridiculously high standard to hold people to. So I don't see anything wrong with what she did. Oh yeah, this one says info, ages. If they are elderly, then you're the asshole. Otherwise, not the asshole. And it says my dad is 54 and my mom is 50. So they're not like elderly and dementia ridden. They know what's going on. They can get their own shit to the wedding. You're fine. That's it. I hopefully will have a little bit of time to peek back in tomorrow. I'll see you then. Hello everybody. It is Friday. It is 4:48 in the afternoon. I just got home. I'm not going to do a long thing. I just wanted to pop in really quick to close out the video. Today I went to, I went to my mom's. I went to a doctor's appointment, got my blood drawn to do my checkup thing. The doctor told me that he expects, I told him the changes in my diet and exercise and whatever, and he says that he expects my numbers to go down, which is good. And so I'm hoping that that's what it's actually going to be. It's probably not going to come back until Tuesday or Wednesday, so I'll let you know when that happens. But it was a pain in the freaking butt. It was like the worst blood draw of my entire life because my veins are always really hard to find. I don't know why. They just are. They always have been. They're like really deep in there or something. They're really difficult. And so he had to dig like a little bit to find a vein, which didn't even hurt that bad. That wasn't the problem. But the problem was once he did find the vein, the blood was coming out like really slowly. And because it was coming out so slowly, and he had to do like 4 or 5 vials, but after like the first vial, I started getting really dizzy and like nauseous, where even to the point where I like sort of dry heaved a little bit. And so he was like trying to hurry, and he pulled my mask down so that I could breathe better. And I was trying to like look at the wall or whatever. So thinking maybe looking at the blood was doing it, but I have no idea. It was the weirdest thing that has never happened to me before. And once he was done, I immediately laid down and was like on the table and was like, holy crap, what was that? And I was like, I've never done that before. And he was like, well, the blood was coming out so slowly that honestly, I expected you to get a little lightheaded. And I was like, oh, got it. So, because the needle was in there for like 5 freaking minutes. And that was and because I was nauseous the entire time, it was like, and dizzy as hell. I felt like I was going to pass out. It was horrible. It was absolutely awful. But the guy was really patient with me and really nice and whatever. So it was like, but it was the hardest blood draw I've probably ever had in my life. And then my mom and I went to lunch, and we went and exchanged yet another pair of jeans that didn't fit. They weren't long enough. They fit everywhere else. They weren't long enough. And they didn't have, that was like the long version. And this brand sells an extra long, but they didn't have it available. And it sounds like they're not going to have it available. And so I was like, son of a bitch. So we went back today, and we did find a pair of jeans that was long enough, but we did have to cut out the hem at the bottom of the jeans to make them truly long enough. But we did, and I have jeans now, and oh my God, it's been like a couple months in the making, trying to find a single pair of jeans that fit me. And it was so ridiculous. It was so annoying. So annoying that it's like, besides my height, because I am 5'11", so I am pretty tall. But besides that, I don't think I'm a size 18 jeans, I think, somewhere around there, which is like a 36, 38 waist size, which isn't that crazy. So like, it's not like that's that uncommon of a size. So I don't know. It was truly baffling to me that I could not find a pair of jeans that fit me at the waist and ow, oh my God, I just hit my drawer with my hand. That hurt. I'm sorry. That fit me around the waist and was long enough. It was like 3-month process trying to find a pair of jeans that fit me correctly. And I still had to cut the hem out of this one. So for the love of God, really, I think the problem is that I love skinny jeans and that's like the only jean that I want. And they're just really going out of style. And so like if I wanted boot cut jeans, I could have had boot cut jeans all day, every day that would have fit and were long enough in the whole thing. But it was trying to find a skinny jean that fit me was the issue. And I was like, this is stupid. It should not have been that hard, but it was. So, yeah. And then we did the diamond paintings are coming soon, y'all. My mom helped me today to do like a breakdown of how much it would cost and how much I should charge for the diamond paintings and so on and so forth. So I'll be making that purchase with the manufacturer pretty soon. And then hopefully those will be coming the beginning of the new year. Isn't that exciting? I'm very excited about it. I guess I should include it in here as I haven't showed you guys yet, but these are the 2 images that I have licensed that will be through my first round of diamond paintings. The one up here with the mermaid is going to be square, and the one down here with the fox is going to be round. They're both going to be 50 by 50s. I'm very excited for them. Very excited for them. They'll come with a serrated edge of the canvas. They'll come with all the information on it. They have a basic toolkit, or you can pay, I don't know what the exact number is, but a little bit extra for an upgraded toolkit that comes with my putty in it. Every piece of art through me is going to be legally licensed, of course. Duh. And I've, of course, tested the quality of the manufacturer, and they're fantastic. So, it's going to be really good. I'm really excited about it. But the artworks that I showed you are from a wonderful artist, Nymeria Art, on Instagram at NYMERIA, I believe, _art is how you spell it. But I'll have all her information on the canvas and stuff when that's ready. But hopefully we're only like a couple months out, which is very exciting. So, but that's it. It's date night. I gotta go get ready. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching this video. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you had a great week, and I hope you had a great time diamond painting or whatever you were doing while you were watching this. I love you all. I will see you next time. Bye.